Hello!
Hello!
Guess who's back?
Back again.
With a new Q&A after 2 years.
Yeah, Benji realizes it's been quite a while since we did one. We felt like we just did one, but I guess not. So here we are.
I suggested, and so yeah, we did it.
And you were very kind to ask us questions. It's
we have really a lot here in front of us.
Baffling that like you're so sweet. You have so many questions for us, and it doesn't make sense because we're just introverted, awkward people who make Harry Potter videos. So it's a bit wild for us. Like great, but wild. So
yes, some of the questions are a bit edited together because many of them are alike.
Yeah.
So it's not the direct quote we got, but
no.
The questions are there.
And also some of them were a bit longer, you know, saying very nice things to us, but we haven't included those. But thank you anyway.
Probably read them on the screen. If not, we're sorry.
Hopefully, we'll see.
So let's get to it.
Yes.
I think we just jump into this category.
CMVs planned for the future.
We have some general ideas.
You guys suggested some songs to us.
Yes, thank you. We did use one for a CMV now. We filmed this summer.
Yeah, so it just needs to be edited.
Yeah.
So it'll take a little while, but it'll be up at some point.
But you suggested so many that like we at least have to do a couple of the ones you suggested. We definitely already have one of those that's lining up to get done.
I won't tell you which it is.
No.
Not yet. Will you make another video with regulars, skit or CMV?
Yes.
Would be fun.
We definitely want to do it. When we'll do it is another question, but we want to do it.
We don't have any specific plans, but we'd love to be able to do it at some point.
Yeah, he was fun to use. Yeah.
He's a fun character, but we also don't know how he is in a skit yet.
No, that's a big difference.
We haven't tried that.
No.
So we'll see, maybe.
And speaking of the blacks, are we planning on doing a full-on black family CMV and or skit one day?
We haven't really considered much, I guess because we already felt that Brother was very black-centric. That's our cat jumping down if you heard it. So we haven't really thought that far yet, but we're interested. We might do it.
It's a possibility.
Yeah. Will you ever do a Draco and Lucius CMV?
We have one lined up that we haven't done yet, of course, but that we really want to do at some point if possible. It hasn't been fully written, but the idea and concept is there.
We've got the song, we've got general ideas, like we would like to be able to do it, but it's going to take a little
Now
effort.
it's just about actually getting to it.
Would you make more videos with James trying to win Lily's heart?
That's a fun question because I usually steer away from getting ideas like that. We usually do as generally. We sort of figure that they're quite vanilla, straightforward.
Bland.
Okay. We feel like they're not the most interesting couple for you to see anything about. They're good, stable.
Yeah.
Like they're strong, stable pairing that we really like, but we think you want to watch Draco and Harry bicker more. Let us know if we're wrong.
But also if there are some people out there that are really into, you know, Jilly and just don't feel like there's enough content with them out there, we'd be happy to do it.
Yeah, we'd be happy to if you want to watch.
We'd like the drama.
Yes.
But they are a very cute couple.
They are.
And it would be fun to delve more into, you know, their emotions and stuff. I'm sure we could come up with something. Yeah. Or Anna could come up with something.
Have you got a plan for a new Wolfstar CMV soon?
We are thinking it's not peak Wolfstar season yet. That's in October is peak Wolfstar season, so we'll see.
But that fits because we've got to edit this CMV that we've done now, so it's gonna fit.
Recharge. We've just, if we look a bit tired, we've just spent 6 days together filming very late at night, filming a lot, working hard on it. So we're a bit exhausted in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. Is there anything you always really want to do in a video that you haven't gotten the chance to do yet?
Yes.
We just did ultra slow motion for the first time for this CMV, so we're pretty excited about that. I'd love to explore it more. But other than that, there are of course different techniques and stuff, if that's what is being referred to. We'd love to try out that we haven't done yet. Yeah,
I don't know if there's so much right now that I can think of character-wise, but we're definitely, like, a lot of the techniques and stuff is definitely, you know...
Yeah.
It's mostly, you know, technical stuff that, you know, we just haven't been able to do, perhaps with, like, our camera or... sound or, you know, anything like that. Maybe we just don't have the equipment for it yet.
And we don't have a fun idea for it yet either. So we'll see.
Yeah, yes. we have a little bank where sometimes we write down like, oh, we really want to be able to do this kind of shot, maybe, but it needs to fit in a certain kind of mood or something that we just haven't had a CMV for yet.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've tried to make categories for all the questions because there were so many this time. I love it. Now, what music do you listen to? Yeah, so I listen to everything between classical music, Disney, metal, rock, pop music, and musicals, soundtracks for movies, and everything. But I love rock, a lot of rock.
I'm very much the same. I think I have some periods where I'm very into rock, and then I have some periods where I'm very into medieval music and, you know, more pop kind of songs, or certainly like things we've made videos for already.
Yeah.
Then I often have those CMV songs in a playlist that I like to listen to.
I like to listen to anything that makes me feel like a witch walking through a forest.
Like that. Yeah, love it.
A powerful witch. But I mean, I like Vance and Hosier.
Yeah.
Those two.
And Mongolian throat singing.
I think that's more our thing.
Okay, that's true. And we are staying in the music categories because who are our favorite boy bands or solo singers?
You already answered.
I already answered that one. I don't really listen to a lot of boy bands. I think that goes as a whole for us. Just not a genre we've had a dive into.
No.
My favorite boy band is Rammstein, which is really not a boy band, but I like Rammstein. Okay, this is a bit more personal. Is there any song that describes you?
You just hear the ticking of the clock.
It's hard to like look at yourself from that angle, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like I've forgotten all songs that exist.
Yeah,
same.
Sorry, but if you have any idea of a song that fits any of us, we'd love to hear it.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be so wild. You're the Benny Hill theme song.
Yeah, I think
that
so.
Is true.
Yeah,
that's actually fitting.
Yeah, that fits a lot.
You see us very differently than we probably see ourselves, because you see us through a camera lens, which we edit. So, so it's perhaps a bit different than what we might think if we could come up with any songs at the moment.
Yeah. Now take this category here. Since when have you liked the Marauders, and what made you like them at first?
I don't know, I guess I was just sort of thrown into a cosplay group that wanted to do Harry Potter cosplay. I liked Harry Potter in general, and they're like, we're doing Marauders, you're Remus. Or, like, they're like, do you want to be Remus or Peter? Remus likes books and chocolate, and Peter's a rat. Like, oh yeah, I remember those characters, but I don't really know them very much, and then I got the character. It was quite an easy choice who I wanted to be, and then I sort of delved into him and actually found a lot of things I liked about them.
Same. I got the choice between Sirius and Peter.
Everyone's like, do you want to be Sirius this character or the rat?
Yeah. Sirius is like a dog, and he's really cool, and then there's Peter, who's a rat. So it's like, oh, I guess I'll take the dog.
Joke's on you, dogs. You're both.
Yeah, now I'm both. So, you know, Peter just sort of fell into my lap.
I was like, we needed Lily, and I started off as Lily, and then we needed a James, and then I switched over to James, and I haven't looked back since.
But it's funny because I think we all somehow landed in just the right place for us.
Yeah, definitely. Which Harry Potter character are you most like?
I think I'm gonna have to say I'm the most like Remus. We don't really see a lot of negatives. I don't know, it's not like I'm scared of commitment like he is. He seems to be running away from a lot of things. I might have some of Hermione's negative sides to me where I get overly passionate about something, or like I can get a bit bossy. But yeah, I think that's sort of the area I'm in. Mischievous Remus, bossy Hermione, that's me.
Love it.
We talked about this a bit before we started filming, and the others said I was most like Harry, but I don't know. I don't know if there's any of the characters I feel like I'm really a lot like, but I guess if I had to pick one, it would probably be Harry.
You are so sweet and so helpful and so nice and always does the most for everyone else.
Yeah, and I'm Ron, basically.
Yeah.
I'm confused, don't always know what's going on, and I'm ready to throw hands for my friends, and I'm very loyal, and I'm a bit hot-headed when I drive. Apparently, they say I suffer from road rage. I really don't get that, because I'm not trying to yell at people, but people are just annoying in
She's
traffic.
not aggressive towards anyone else out on the road, but she'll sit in her car like...
Yeah.
But people drive like Idiots.
Remember your blinkers.
Yeah, people not using their blinkers will just... I click, I snap, I cannot handle it.
It happens so fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Ron.
Yeah, that's Ron. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Your favorite headcanons of Marauders and Harry Potter characters?
I think our favorite headcanons, if I have to speak for the whole group, we did discuss this a bit before we started filming, is our videos. We sort of do what we like, what we'd want it to be in our videos. Like Wolfstar is just a natural part of our CMBs, and like the relationship between regulars and series is also like we pick some stuff up from others, and I don't know where the line goes between what we come up with and what we see from others. What others have found, written, or like had ideas about. Sorry for stealing, but and what's canon. Like it's sort of all muddled together. But what we present in our videos is sort of like how our headcanon about how it was.
Yeah, because we keep constantly developing on our characters. So there's only so much you can do with what has been written about the Marauders.
Yeah.
So at some point it's just all blurred lines of what's actually a headcanon and what was there in the beginning.
Sometimes we'll also like redo like a character CB, not with the same song and such, but like we see them in a different light now, or we want to explore a different like side to them and such.
Yeah, they keep developing.
But if we have to say one like favorite headcanon, it's Wolfstar. I mean, that is a headcanon.
We've almost kind of forgotten that it's a headcanon.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing it so long.
Yeah, it's a canon now in our universe. But I think that would be, if we had to pick one, that would be it. Favorite characters, and have they changed through time, and why?
Oh, it's gonna sound so like, I think I'm the most like Remus and he's my favorite character. That sounds awful, doesn't it? But like, I think he's a nice person, like generally deep down. I also like Pansy's a fun one to play. The way we
She's very sassy.
I like Hooch. She's quite badass.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
But there are many good ones.
Yeah, I mean they're all different, and that's the fun part about us three cosplaying so many different characters. You get to explore different kinds of acting. I think Sirius is probably my favorite. At one point, when I make the cosplay, I'm gonna be Lockhart. And he's going to be a lot of fun to cosplay as well. Because, when a character is so different from yourself, that's kind of fun to really delve into as well.
I think my favorite character is not a very good person, but I just love the whole character development in Tom Riddle. I'm very fascinated by this, apparently, but I just love how there's so many things to him, what motivates him, and he's not a good person, but he's interesting. And he's really fun to cosplay. I like the whole vibe of natural, and then Draco as well, because there's a lot to him. They're very different characters when we do skits, because the Voldy vlogs and our skits with Draco and Harry, they're very flat, humorous, hilarious to do and be sassy and annoying and just boss these
way
two
over
around.
The top.
I love it. And then when we do the CMVs, it's much more deep. Somehow I can get to sort of dive into the whole depths of that character, and I'm able to do both. Favorite character, that's Tom Riddle. It always has been. I love the whole fallen angel concept thing, and Can you recommend any Harry Potter fanfics?
No.
No.
Not as of late. We haven't had time. All we spend time on is making our own content, so we don't really have any, there are many great ones out there. Go explore. I am very confident you'll find something amazing. We used to read quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we just haven't had the time these last years.
I've read so many great fanfics, and I can't really remember the names of any of them, really.
Same. I think it's been 9 years since I last had the time to sit and find and read a lot of fanfics, but there are really amazing ones out there.
There are so many great writers.
And I'm sure there's been a lot more new ones in these past 9 years.
Yeah, but there are so many good ones out there. And I remember having read a lot of great ones.
But let us know if there's some we should read.
Yeah.
Then if we have the time, we'd love to get to it.
Give us recommendations.
We will try to find the time. Which video was the most fun to film, and which is your favorite to rewatch?
I think the Tom Riddle CMV was quite fun to film. Because we all got to do what we do best. I'd say. Benji and I love being behind the camera and telling Lina what to do in front of the camera.
And I'm not skilled enough to be behind the camera, so I can just mess around in front of the camera. That's nice.
It's not true. Anyway.
And being told what to do, I don't have to think a lot. That's nice.
She's a bit uncertain about the whole camera thing, so it's better for her to be in front of it.
Yes, and we're a bit uncertain about being in front of it, so we prefer being behind it.
And I like the attention. And that was my favorite character. I get to play my favorite character.
So
that was a lot
great.
of fun, and we had a lot more like energy to film because we didn't also have to be on camera. You know, when there can be someone behind the camera and film it,
and not have to change wigs while doing it.
Yeah, someone has to set it up, and then we all have to get in the shot, and then we just hope we're in the shot, all of us. You know, so
Now the cats are fighting. Behave, please.
I'm just gonna go make the cats behave.
And favorites to rewatch.
I love the silly, like the really, I wouldn't say well done, that sounds, but the ones that we really spent a lot of time on making, like the recent ones, like The Brother, The Natural, I like to sometimes rewatch those also to see what did we do, what could we have done better, like, but I also like the silly ones we all do, like Thunder.
Yeah, love that one.
It reminds you of good times.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't rewatch a lot of our skits once they're. I mean, I watch them a lot when I edit them, so you know, then that's over and done with. I'll upload that one, and you know, I think the CMVs there's a little more depth to them, and you remember all the good times when you film. You know, because you film over several days. And then also watching the bloopers.
Yeah. When I miss these two idiots here, if we haven't had time to be together, then I just put on the bloopers, several bloopers, and just remember my friends, good time with friends.
And we also sometimes put them on when we're together.
Yes.
Yeah,
you know, and talk about the fun times. Oh yeah, remember when you lost your wig somewhere, or you know, remember when you did the roly-poly down something. And
it's a great thing to put on when we're tired and we just, you know, it's like opening a photo album to look at the bloopers. It's like, oh, remember like 4 years ago when we were filming Riverside and you had to be in the water.
That was something.
They're there for you, but they're a bit for us as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
What has been your favorite and least favorite video to film? And multiple people has asked this, so... Yes.
The very favorite to film.
I think maybe the natural one. That
I think natural has really sat with us for quite a while.
Yeah.
But I think also this one that we've just filmed now is, you know, we've, you know, done the ultra slow motion and we've like gone to new places.
We've been on a road a lot, work with that,
And we really put in a lot of effort, and hopefully it'll pay off.
Yeah. We're looking forward to seeing it so we can see if we're, like, of course, the journey is fun, but it's also the result, like we're looking forward to see if our efforts bore fruit.
Yeah.
So
I also feel like I often have like a fondness for the ones that are a bit more, you know, deep and dark and edgy. You know, those are the CMVs that I often go back to.
Experimental,
yeah. But the fun ones, you know, like Thunder, are also a lot of fun.
So I think this one hit quite a nice balance between being like a light, fun one, but also like spending a lot of time on putting up sets and like being on like a bit more technical camera movement here and there and like.
Yeah. So the least favorite.
Least favorite. Genghis Khan, everything.
We love the video itself. Like the idea was fun.
Yeah. But everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Yeah. So basically, we we looked at the original Mike Snow video and we recreated all the camera movements and all the angles and all.
That was so fun to do.
Yeah, it was fun to look into like the minds of like those cinematographers, but the issue was that it was raining.
And I can't dance.
Yeah. So if you add those together, and there's like a music festival going on like a few hundred meters away, like a
We Love 90s festival.
So it's just like 90s music just hammering through.
Yeah. So the shots that we needed to take with actual sound on it, we had to do a different day.
And we had to film in a park, which meant it can be embarrassing to film in public, and there were quite a lot of people just stopping and watching us.
And you know, when we were dancing in the middle of a park.
Yeah, and I was like hidden under like some plastic with the camera to not get it wet, and it was fogging up, and those people were just staring, and it was just raining.
There was a lot of stuff going on.
Yes.
It was a very fun video to film,
Yeah.
but you know, we did have so many issues.
Your favorite moments in filming your videos and your favorite content you've made?
I think we've touched about our favorite content being the natural CMB. Yeah. Maybe this one we'll see.
Yeah.
But moments in general.
When we do put in a lot of effort, it's really hard in the moment, but I just love being able to see the result afterwards and just know you gave it more than 100%. You gave everything you had put into this piece of work, and it pays off. It's just a high I can't get down from.
Yeah. I also feel, you know, those moments in a like CMB or skit or something where someone messes up, someone falls over, something goes wrong, and we just have the hardest belly laughs.
Yeah.
Rolling around on the floor laughing, and it's just, then we get back to having to do it again, and it's hard to stop laughing, you know, where you keep postponing actually doing it because no one can stop laughing. That's also a lot of fun.
Yeah. I like the moments where you come up with, like, you have a, like, decent storyboard, you have an idea of like, oh, it's supposed to be like this, this, and this, but then you're out on set and it's like, oh, but if we do this, and then it just clicks and turns into something bigger and more, like, it doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, it's really quite amazing to just watch it unfold creatively into something much more than you could have possibly imagined when you wrote it.
Who cuts your videos?
Me. I do the editing. And then Anna's usually the one doing the color grading, and the thumbnails and stuff is also Anna.
And I watch it.
Photoshop whiz. And Lena watches it.
Which is actually super important. She's the peer review, or what you may call it. She's the one to make sure that, like,
I'm the last checkpoint.
That we haven't missed anything.
Because I'll also watch a lot when Benji's editing it to be like, oh, could we do this or could we do that? I'm very annoying like that.
She's the director, so it's good to have the director in the process, you know.
But, you know, we've been looking at it quite a lot when a CMB is done. It's been like weeks of watching little parts, rewatching little parts, watching another little part, that we sort of lose track. And then it's very good to have Lena to watch it through. Like, she hasn't been looking at it during that time. She's like,
she hasn't gone completely blind.
Like, why does Harry have a bucket on his head? Like, I don't know.
When I get it, it's very well polished, and it's just like, this is amazing, you guys. I cannot point out a single thing. Like,
that also feels very nice, though, when Dina's like, oh my god, you guys are the best.
Okay, when we have to say publish and let it out to you, and it would be such a shame if there was something. So
yes,
thank you.
And then we can blame Lena if something's wrong.
I think this is for you too. Any tips for doing a split screen shot? Don't touch the camera.
Yeah.
Lena knows this one.
Under no circumstances do you touch the camera. You say record, and then you don't stop it to do the other side of the split screen. You don't want to risk moving the camera. You just let it roll through your costume change or whatever you have to do.
So don't even touch it for a pause and re-record. No. Don't touch the camera.
Walk a big circle around it.
Yes.
No one's gonna fall over it, because then you gotta start all over again, and that really sucks.
Don't have cats rubbing their heads up against the
AirPods.
Make sure that you have everything you need for the scene laid out.
Yeah.
Of course, not in the scene.
Yeah.
But
and if you're out.
Luckily, that wasn't split screen.
Nope. No. It cuts after a certain time, then you gotta restart.
We're back.
We're back. So yeah, and if you're outside, make sure you think about shadows or how much light you've got. Are there a lot of like clouds? Because then you got to make sure that you're filming when it's either cloudy or sunny. You can't do both, because then you're going to be in trouble afterwards. Then you're going to have to grade it, and that might get troublesome.
And do plenty of space between the things you need to put together, at least if
especially if it's your first time. Like the first time we did it, we had so much space, like way more space than we needed, but it was safer for us to try it that way. Like now we can get by with quite a little amount of space now.
You inch closer every time.
And Benji's just amazing at doing this.
But I've also done it a lot.
Yeah, and last and most importantly, don't touch the camera.
Don't touch the camera.
Do you script your videos, or is it mostly improvisation?
I usually write, I always write a script for the videos. Generally speaking, I think with the plots and such that we have, it would be quite difficult to create such a cohesive narrative and keep everything in line if it was improvisation to get very clearly and effectively from A to B. You'll often see, like, if you do that, you'll get a lot of filler and like maybe it won't match as well, so it's just easier to sort of have it all written out.
It takes a while to then have to memorize it, but then we still often go a little bit off script. You know, sometimes someone will think of something funny to say in relation to what you're already saying, but it often... This is chaotic. Anyway, so so as I was saying, I completely lost track now. But sometimes, you know, you come up with different things to say, and you know that's fine. But if you have to start completely from scratch when you start filming, no one's gonna know what you're doing, and you're gonna have to adjust to what they're doing, and it's gonna get too chaotic.
Those who can do that are really skilled. That's hard.
Definitely. We can't. It would get too muddled, and I think it's also good for us to only have one person as the main writer usually, because then there's one vision and we don't start going in all different directions.
And also because Anna's really good at it, so...
Hardly. Next question.
Anyway.
How do you come up with your cosplays? And that was related to the whole who's playing who with Marauders.
Yeah.
I mean, the first ones were sort of thrust upon us, and that's where it started.
I think it all just now it's like, so we don't have to do a split screen, and who are we like? So it's like, oh, like, you can be Regulus, because, like, then we don't have to do a split screen with him being Regulus and Sirius. That would be weird, it would be difficult. It's like, okay, well, then who's the most natural choice for that character?
Yeah, and who can make the whole dynamic things, which characters have the most scenes together, make sure, it's not the same person playing them.
Who plays what sort of character well with who. We're quite good at being really sassy together. Mean.
And usually I'm the characters who do weird roly-poly stuff and eating weird things and...
The ones that make a little bit of a scene sometimes.
Yeah, that's me. But then the characters really grow on us. I think it's not like we have a character that we hate doing at all. Don't think any of us have that. I think we all love our characters.
And then sometimes there's a character where you're like, oh, I really would like it if I could play this character, because I think that could be fun. That also happens.
But you sort of... Like, over time you make it your own, so it's like you start picking up certain mannerism that's like unique to your character, how you do it. And then I will perhaps watch that Lina is a bit of a roly-poly, and then I'll like bring it into the next skit, like...
And you write things the way you know we'll be able to...
Like, what suits your way of being a character.
Last category, but it's the biggest category.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll be as fast as we can
try. Do you have a book you can recommend or a TV series?
Yeah, we'll be as fast as we can.
We can recommend Our Flag Means Death if you haven't watched it.
Very good TV series.
It's amazing.
Or rewatch it if you already have watched it.
Yes, please
it's amazing.
It's really good.
We love it.
Yeah.
Books.
10 out of 10.
Do you want to start with books?
I'm going through the whole Sherlock Holmes series right now, and I'm really enjoying that, so I'd recommend that. Anything from Oscar Wilde too has a strong recommendation for me.
I have listened to some George Orwell, some audiobooks. Animal Farm, 1984, that sort of stuff, kind of old school. And well, anything from Michael Crichton, I'm a big fan of. He wrote Jurassic Park and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And right now I don't have a lot of books. I have a lot of books, but I don't have time to read them. But I'm reading right now Mythos by Stephen Fry. My boss, he lent me the book, and it's a light-hearted way to get through all stuff going on in Greek mythology, and it's upbeat and it's fun. Are you going to NärCon in Sweden?
Not this year.
No, but we're really aiming to go next summer.
Would you ever consider letting a fourth member join the group?
I think we've come to the conclusion that we work the number that we are. We don't want to mess up the dynamic we do.
We're a very dynamic trio.
Yeah, like I can understand what Anna wants me to do when she's just sort of going like, can you do like, And then I know exactly what he means, and I cannot explain it.
It's like it can be quite hard logistically to just make the three of us have time to film together, and like we all have the sort of same stylistic and like views, where we are open to working with other people at some point. Like we've also brought in.
It's always fun to collaborate with others and have other people come in for like.
We've had friends help with the perfect CMV and such. Like that's fun. But as of like our general content, we worked well together, and we don't want to
also sometimes if you're in a time crunch and everyone's a little bit stressed, there's a lot of people around perhaps, sometimes we can get a bit snappy with each other, but we all know that no one means anything by it. And if you bring in an extra person, then sometimes, maybe that just doesn't go so well with that person. We understand each other so well because we've known each other for so long.
Yeah. No, we're happy with the number that we are.
Yes, definitely.
So as a permanent thing, it's just the three of us.
Yes. And there's more room in the car for gear when we don't have an extra person. That helps
true,
too.
Especially because we got a small car.
Yeah. Favorite wig? The one that makes you feel most badass? Tom Riddle. I haven't used it that much, but I just felt like such a badass, and I actually bought myself brown shoes and a brown computer bag after that video because I was like, oh, this looks so nice and I need this in my life. So yeah, I love that wig.
I think mine is probably Sirius. Like, I think that's, I don't know, the most badass. I don't know. I think it's a pretty cool wig. I feel like I've upgraded it a bit over the years. I feel like I've found one that's pretty nice.
I think Narcissa is the most interesting wig. I feel like the most bad bitch in pansies because she's so bad. She's
You get very sassy when you put her on.
Oh yeah.
It's a very mean girl haircut.
When those two get their Dracon pansy wigs on, it's horrible.
We get our sass on.
Yes.
Just double trouble.
Yes.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Do you ever experience creative burnout, and how do you fight it?
Yes.
Yes. We didn't upload for 4 months.
Not too long ago.
So like when everything's falling together with like new job, like moving, all these sort of things from the outside can sort of burn out your creative energy. Like
you're using all your energy on, real life, private stuff that you have to deal with. You have to move. You have to get a new job.
You have to focus on work.
And then having to make it all fit. At the same time that we can all be creative together, and that we all have the energy to be creative together.
We don't want to force it, because if we're all just hating it because we don't have the energy, then the product will be really bad, and we would maybe not have the same good relationship because we're kind of more on edge and maybe snapping a lot more at each other.
Yeah, and then you need to take longer after that to get your creative juices back because you keep pushing yourself.
Yeah.
That's something we've tried in the past, stressing a bit about, getting things uploaded, so we've pressured ourselves a bit more, and that's not nice. It doesn't work for us, so we've gotten better at being like, well, no videos right now because we can't.
I want to relax tonight. I've had a hard day at work, so no video. Sorry.
Not writing an entire skit so we can film it this weekend.
Yeah, and also scheduling some more time to just be together, because we are really close, good friends, and we want to spend time together, just being us sometimes.
Yeah, not just working all the time. We spent a day at an amusement park yesterday.
Yes, we brought my boyfriend, so he could spend. It was a double date. It was amazing. Yes. So me and Anna, and then Jesper and Benji.
Yeah. That was the double date.
Yeah. So because we're not very good at prioritizing ourselves. Like we like working.
We're getting better at it.
Being creative, and that sort of comes at a cost sometimes, and quality time, if you can call it that. Yeah. So we're trying to be better at that too.
What inspired you to start cosplaying, and what got you into Harry Potter? The whole cosplaying thing. I had a cousin who introduced me to anime when I was preteen, I think. And then I introduced Benji to the same anime because this is a whole new world for me. And
yes, and then I found out about cosplaying, and that there were conventions where you got to put on these costumes. And then I dragged her along back in 2008.
Yeah.
It's been a little while. You started a bit later than we did.
Yeah, I started some years later with a different friend group. And then me and one person from that friend group went to the same high school as you. And I noticed he had a Genki Con bracelet on. It was like Genki, and like that was how our friendship sort of started, and
then our group sort of merged. I dragged Lena into it, and then our group sort of merged, and then we became what we are today.
Each other.
And I think Anna and I, we clicked like really fast. We met each other the first time, and within a couple of hours we just like this
best friends.
Yeah,
best friends.
Yeah,
instantly.
Pretty much. Then I was suddenly third wheeling.
Yeah,
that's fine.
He's been regretted his decision ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So how did we get into Harry Potter though?
My mom read. I remember she was reading the first Harry Potter to me, and like we had to get through several chapters because we had to go and see the movie in the cinema. That's sort of a memory I have. So it's always just been bottle fed from childhood.
Yeah.
We had a friend of the family that bought me the books for my birthday, so I read the first 3.5, and then for some reason I stopped. I don't know why. I just stopped reading it. And then several years later, I started watching the films again, and then I got really hooked. I thought it wasn't for me, but then I started watching them again, and I got really hooked on it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think I read the books because my 2 older siblings, they were reading them, and then naturally I would read them too. And every time a new book came out, because I'm so old that I had to wait for the next books, and then I would reread the whole series and then get the new one, and then maybe reread them a couple of times in between the next book came, and then read the whole thing again and the new one. And then I started reading them in English, because I read them in Danish at first, and then I switched to English, and then I need to reread the whole thing again in English a couple of times. I did an assignment in high school about Harry Potter and Tom Riddle and the whole how did they turn out as they did, and then it was just a natural thing to combine cosplay and Harry Potter for me when I was invited to it. What do you think of your cosplay journey so far?
I think we've always done the best with what we could and had.
Yeah.
And I'm quite proud of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's nice to see how we're getting better and better every time, and I can't wait to see what we look like a few years more down the road. Because we're really trying to get better all the time, but we are doing what we can with what we have every time, and that's quite nice.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on J.K. Rowling?
Oh, heavy question.
Yeah.
I am very grateful that she wrote the Harry Potter books. I am very sad at, and I think I speak for all of us here, about what she's been saying and doing. We don't condone of it. I don't know if it's our place to condone. We are very, very saddened to see that coming from her. We are trying as much as possible to separate the author from the work. So the author is dead we're going to take that literary stance with these books and just sort of make what we think of it our own, which we do through what we make.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trans people are valid and should be loved and cared for.
Yes, definitely. Are you also struggling with adult stuff like dentist, doctor appointments, contracts, banking, etc.? Yes. A lot.
Yes.
Hence the 4-month creative burnout.
Yeah, it's part of having to adult. Sometimes it's not easy.
Cooking and cleaning and planning things.
I thought you said cocaine. I was like, what are you doing?
You're having a different kind of adult experience than me.
I went to another university than you, okay? I went to business school. This is what we do.
No, jokes aside.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
There's so much.
Yeah, there really is. There's a lot to keep
and
up
it's
with.
okay if it feels overwhelming. Life is overwhelming.
Yeah, it's all about trying to find little breathing holes here and there, little bubbles.
Pockets of magic.
Yes. And it will go up and down.
Yeah.
Like still, and
That's
it won't
life.
Stop, unfortunately.
But hopefully for all of us it gets easier to adult.
Yes.
Yeah.
The longer you adult, perhaps the easier it'll get.
Perhaps, and then perhaps it will stop. Your body will stop hurting after a nap on the couch at some point.
Yes.
But yeah, also never stop being a child. I think that's what keeps you young. Like have fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. I think these two are quite related. Are you into other fandoms currently, and would you consider making videos from another fandom?
Yeah, so we have done a few different, we've done some Outlast CMVs, we've done
The
some
Hobbits.
Left 4 Dead, and
Left 4 Dead.
we've also done the Les Mis CMV. We'd like to do another Les Miserables CMV, but that's quite a lot of work. It's quite some big costumes and such. But we're very excited about starting some Our Flag Means Death at some point.
Yes.
But generally, Harry Potter's like our fallback to the one that's comfortable, easy for us to get into. We have
we know the characters.
The characters, yes. We have a good grasp of what stylistic style we want, and
we've got the costumes,
etc., etc. Everything is sort of ready to go, so to speak, and we do love making it. So.
With many of these new fandoms and stuff, they're very interesting, but we also need to have the time and the energy to like make the costumes before we can make the videos
and the adult stuff. The energy for that. But we're gonna be diving into that. We also dive into different parts of the Harry Potter universe. So right now we're diving into staff room. That's quite fun for us to do.
It's because we're getting old enough to cosplay the teachers.
Yeah, we're slowly getting too old for the students, but
not
if
yet.
you say nothing, we'll say nothing.
We'll slowly transition into more adult characters, perhaps. We'll see. But right now we're happy also doing the Marauders and stuff.
We have so much fun with the staff room, trying to figure out little details going on behind the storyline in the books and movies, just tiny little things.
It's also going to be really fun when we get to Lockhart here, and sort of when we dive into like the future of like the different, and Remus here.
As a teacher.
We have so many plans for this.
So stay tuned, and thank you.
Yes, that's the last question. The table is cleared.
That took a million years.
It's going to be interesting to edit.
Yeah, we hope Benty will cut it down a bit. Sorry for rambling.
But thank you for all the questions.
And thank you for being here and being supportive and everything.
You are always so kind. You are sunshine in our lives.
Yes, indeed.
Stay tuned for more content.
Yes.
More trouble.
More trouble. Yes.
We'll see you.
Trouble.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Snapping turtles.